my inner child was the happiest it has ever felt.
During my internship at Doka, I really understood why does teamwork matter, how does it work, and how do you reach the best result via teamwork.
Definitely relax and have fun. Don't stress too much.
Ask questions, explore, dream, just do whatever that comes to your mind.
I was absolutely amazed. It felt like stepping into a movie, and it took a moment for me to fully grasp that I was really there. But I can assure you that it was once-in-a-lifetime feeling, the thrill of the unknown and the excitement that resonates deep within you.
One of the things that shocked me at first is how kind everybody is, because I remember that on my first day in the US, I've talked to a random woman on the street about why did she choose a pink suit today for her dog, and we talked about it for 10 minutes or even more, about how much does pink suit her dog's eyes. So yeah, everybody is super nice, super talkative. This small talk culture is what shocked me at first, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Why is this person talking to me at first? But then I get used to it. Walking through the streets that you've only seen in the movies and series before was truly a spectacular experience for me. So yeah, also the thing that I was shocked about first is how big everything is. I remember telling it to our HR Marlene, who was picking me up from the airport, because I remember driving home on my first drive from the airport, and I see all these huge buildings, huge cars. Also remember first time we went to the restaurant, how huge food portions were. So yeah, everything there is super huge. That's what I can say for sure.
So when I arrived in US, my first thoughts were what awaits me in this new country, where I can buy a SIM card, and of course, it's very important for every Ukrainian, where I can find a buckwheat.
So I believe I was trying to seek for as much adventure as it could be possible. When I firstly arrived, I didn't understand anything. Nothing was understandable for me. I was looking around everything. I didn't find anything that could be somehow known for me. I just looked around the streets and I didn't recognize anything. And I'm not a big fan of American series, but I felt like I'm in the movie. I see this shop, I see these people. I feel like I have been seeing them somehow, somewhere in my life before. And that was a very interesting experience.
How open they are and how much they want to share their knowledge and their experience with you. Truly, without any exaggeration, every person to whom I turned to with any question done everything in their power to equip me with the necessary skills. Even in cases when they didn't have the answer, they connected me with the person who definitely had one.
Well, so first of all, I want to say hi to all the Doka family, and guys, we miss you a lot. So, well, saying about what impressed me the most about the employers, how kind everybody was. Everyone was super nice. Everybody wants to help you. You truly feel it that it's their honest feeling that they want to support you, they want to help you, they want you to feel better here, they care about you. Also, I want to thank to all my procurement department because they were super, super supportive, super nice. I mean, they helped me with everything, and I felt like part of the team, really, which helped a lot throughout my internship. Especially my supervisor, Christiana, she was super, super nice to me. And well, I really miss her, and we still text and WhatsApp. So yeah, we're keeping in touch.
The company Doka, where I worked as an HR analyst, gave us very warm welcome. What impressed me the most was how kind and patient everyone was with us. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the company values, and I learned a lot from this experience, not only professionally, but also on a personal level.
So I believe this is about their attitude. It's even impossible to realize this thing, that you just look at them, you talk to them, and you feel this that they are thinking differently. Their mind is working differently. What they say and what they mean in that is very, very different from what you know and how you see this world. Not in the like 100%, absolutely, but just how they're saying what they're saying. They're very easygoing. They're very friendly, really friendly. It's not that they are all fake or something like that. No, they really want to help you, to be kind. They really want you to feel this nice impression and live this life happily. Is just how they are, I believe.
There's so much that I can't even pick one to start with. For sure, market research skills and pipeline management skills, communication and negotiation skills. As a matter of fact, before my internship as a market research intern at Doka, I hated calling people. I don't know why, but I just did. And now it's my favorite thing to do. I can't live a day without it. Also, what is important for me as a person to mention is the skill of problem solving and asking questions. There are no stupid questions, and people won't respect you or think of you less if you admit that you don't know something. If they do, then you're probably talking to the wrong person.
First of all, obviously, it's all the technical skills like strategic procurement, operational procurement, all the software, like the price reasoning, all that, like learning strategy. But while talking about like in more, I would say, global ways, is that I think that my communication skills got so much better. Also my negotiation skills, because I really had to negotiate with our suppliers. As well, it's that I discovered my ability to learn really fast, because I remember my first day in the office when I walked into like Christiana's office to have a meeting, and we were like chatting, meeting each other, introducing, and she's like, Masha, have you ever heard of like procurement before? Do you know what that is? And I was like, to be honest, no. So I've learned about procurement so fast, and as I hope I get good at it. Also, the other skills that I've opened for myself is obviously crisis handling, because sometimes when you're working with people, you have this like human factor with you. Also, risk management, obviously. And I've noticed that I've become more consistent, I would say, in my work, more hardworking as well. Also, the other valuable skill for me is teamwork, because before I found it quite hard, I would say. I was the person who was like, I'll do all the job, like, it's okay. And during my internship at Doka, I really understood why does teamwork matter, how does it work, and like, how do you reach the best result via teamwork.
The communication culture in US was something that was quite new for me, especially small talks. I adopted this habit from Americans since it helped me build valuable connections there. I also noticed how open and friendly people are, which is something I have tried to embrace as well. And I think I will definitely adopt this cultural things, working cultural things in my, not only my everyday life, but also if I'm going to work in the office.
Well, so recently I had actually my financial course in the American University Kyiv, and that was miracle that part of my work was in the business control department. Basically, business control is exactly about how to use your gained knowledge in finance in this course to really implement them in the real world. Just like I read the book, I talk to my professor, and then I go to the business, look at their numbers, look at the finance, talk to my manager, and I'm just like, is it how it is going on? Is this for real? And she's just like, yeah, absolutely, like, you're right. And I'm just like, oh, so it's not how it was in my school, in very old books, when you read something and you don't understand and you don't know how to use it because it's unusable stuff. And here you're just like, yeah, 2 months ago you read it that, and right now you implement it. It's just like, yeah, that's how it is. And I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's go.
I wouldn't say that it was easy or difficult, but most certainly quite exciting and intriguing. You get to see various perspectives, how they interact with one another, and in general broaden your horizon about different cultures, different work styles, corporate styles, humor, food, and to not beat around the bush so much about every topic you can think of. If you have two identical people in your company, friend group, doesn't matter where, then you have to change something.
So I would say that for me it was quite easy because first of all we used to study intercultural communication at AUK and it was one of my favorite subjects. Secondly, I would say that I hopefully am quite good at integrating and adapting to things. Obviously, when you're working in a new environment, in a new country, you have a few things that you have to learn. But, well, for me, it wasn't really hard, thanks to, first of all, our onboarding process at Doka, thanks to the whole Doka team, and, well, I think thanks to the skills that we learned here at the AUK.
It was quite easy for me since I adapt quickly. When people from different backgrounds come together with diverse perspectives, it helps create something unique and exciting as each of us has own unique perspective on something. And when we come together, gather together and do something great, it helps to create something cool, unique and amazing.
It was very easy, to be honest. It's not something that you think of all the time. It's not something that you should oblige to somebody or take into account a lot of rules. I would say no. When there's some interaction or miscommunication or something like that, yeah, this may be a problem. But after conversation, you deal with that and everything is actually completely fine. It is important to remember that everyone is different and everybody is unique, and you need to keep that in mind and act towards everybody else very clearly, openly, and etc.
Well, of course, we went through a lot of beautiful memories together and formed a lot of beautiful connections, which I hope would last for many years ahead. But furthermore, I still keep in touch with the people I met at Doka, and I know for a fact that whenever I'll need a piece of advice in the future or something to help with, I have people whom I can turn to.
Well, obviously, we got quite close during our internship because four of us were living in the same house. And trust me, four girls living in the same house for 2 months, it was fun.
Of course, I'm still in touch with Viktoriia and Masha. We talk regularly, and through our experience, I got to know them better. I'm very grateful for the time we spent together and the friendship we built, because I think that I have gained friends for a long time.
So, the girls. This is very interesting question because, well, we were, I believe, the only one cohort who was combined from different people. There were four of us from different courses, from different programs, who they just put us inside of the plane separately, and they just like, you will somehow figure it out on your own there. We will give you house, we will give you car, good luck, girls. And I was, to be honest, very skeptical towards this in the very beginning. And then after numerous conversations, after late night drives, after ways to the work through the Starbucks together, after our work together, after cooking together for our company, after all this, it sounds like something small, but it's very important. And after all these steps, you just feel this some kind of, you know these people for so much time. You know how they react, you know what they will think, you know what is their attitude, what they like to do in the mornings, what they like to do in the nights, and all these small pieces that build up your relationships. This is very incredible, and I still in touch with some girls from our Doka team, and they are absolutely incredible.
So never in my life have I imagined that I would get a chance to visit the New York Stock Exchange and especially be a part of the closing bell ceremony. And when it happened, my inner child was the happiest it has ever felt. And this memory, this day, will be cherished forever in my heart.
Well, so I have lots of memories, and sometimes in the evening I like to just rewatch my gallery from my internship. Sometimes I feel like I miss it a lot. Sometimes I'm thinking that, yes, I'm gonna go back next year. But talking about my main memories that I tell everybody about, first of all, I would say that it's our late night ocean drives. Because, first of all, we were super lucky to have a car and to have our driver, Viktoriia. And I remember that during our last week of our internship, one of the evenings, it was like 11 in the evening or maybe even later. We were like, okay, guys, we have to see the night ocean. So we just went with our favorite songs and we just went to see the night ocean. We also saw New York. It was amazing. It was so beautiful. And the other memory, obviously, it's New York City. I miss it so much. I can't even tell. Like when I'm watching pictures from New York City and I'm doing it basically almost every day, I still can't believe that I was there, as that I was walking these streets. Also, the other nice memories that I have is when we invited our CFO, Kevin. By the way, this pin is also the gift from him. So when we invited him for the Gossip Girl tour, the Gossip Girl series, if you know, because we found out that we all love the Gossip Girl series, so we decided to go on the tour in New York City since the series were made there. The other thing that I remember the most is our Pentagon visit. Well, I think that you'll hear the story about how Nastya tried to get in there. Also, like the feeling and the knowledge is, wow, I've been in Pentagon is quite crazy. I would say I still sometimes can't believe it. And when I tell it to people, they're like, oh my gosh, are you like a spy? Like, who are you? So yeah, those are my main memories from the internship.
One of my fondest memory is when we cooked 20 liters of borscht for the entire office because we wanted to treat everyone and show them a piece of Ukrainian culture. And another memorable moment was the bowling night with team. It was incredibly funny and enjoyable, and I think I became a meme there.
So, I believe the first thing that came to my mind when I think about all this experience, this is the New York City. Absolutely. It's just because at the very beginning I was very skeptical to the city, because first time when we went there, we went separately with the girls, because I met with my friend Mariia, who was living in New York for that time in a different internship company, and we were together, and I just came there, and firstly I got lost. I didn't have my internet, and I was like, there is dirt everywhere, there is rude people everywhere, there is these huge skyscrapers that push you down, and you just like, and what's going on? Why is this people, well, everyone like so much? What's like, And then I came to girls, and they just like, that was completely amazing experience. This is what they said to me. They just like, it's the best experience ever. We cried when we were on the Times Square. We laughed, we eat. It was just amazing. And I'm just like, I don't want to go there one more time. Is it okay? Is it, well, okay. And then like a week passed or two, and I tried one more time just to give it a chance to look at the New York one more time. And then I started to fall in love with the city, because it, like, for real, it's the place where you can feel at the same time powerful and powerless. Because you look at the people, they are emotional, they are expressive, they say what they think, they do what they want to do, and etc. And you just look at around everything, and when you understand that, well, I was in Ukraine months ago, and now I'm here, and then tomorrow I'll be going to Pentagon or something, you're just like, well, I'm the same powerful as they are. And at that moment you understand that, okay, everything is in your hands. What you want to do, what you think you need to do, you do, and then everything will be possible.
I actually have quite a few, but I will only tell the one that I remember the most, as if I were to tell you every single one of them, we would be sitting here for a very long time. It all happened when we were visiting the Pentagon, and I was held up at the security check when everyone else was already in. Basically, my passport expired in 2022. However, Due to the full-scale invasion, it was extended, and I was allowed to use it as a functional one. But for the Pentagon, it was considered dumb whatsoever. Therefore, I stood there like a criminal, trying to explain to the officers why they should let me in. Thankfully, Claire Combs, who is the director of communications at Doka, stayed there with me the whole time and supported me immensely. We both started persuading the officers that they should let me in and that my passport still works, when Christina, our internship manager on the other side, was begging them to approve me based on my visa. Eventually, I got in, and now I can proudly say that the Pentagon once granted me a favor. But this wouldn't happen without Christina and Claire, so I'm truly grateful to them and appreciate it a lot.
My favorite story is how I was trying to get to Miami because, I had this dream that I have to get there, and all the interns were like going to Miami on one of the weekends. And well, it all started when me and Viktoriia were standing in a queue in a bank, and we received an email that our flight for today to Miami is cancelled, and we were like, oh no, this can't be happening. So when we got home, we also found Sofiia, whose flight was cancelled because we all had different flights. And then we were thinking, what can we do? So girls said that, okay, we'll just get a refund, it's fine, maybe we'll go next time. But well, I had a dream that I have to get to Miami, so I was not planning on giving up. So my plan was that I called the airline, it was United, so I called United and I tell them, you can't cancel my flight, I have to get to Miami tomorrow's morning, because my best friend is getting married there and I'm the one who's bringing her wedding dress. So I don't know how, but after like a half an hour of convincing that my best friend is getting married tomorrow in Miami, I got a ticket to another flight. So then Vika drove me to the airport, I'm already sitting there and I see my flight changed, that I had to fly from New York to Arizona and then from Arizona to Miami. But I was like, 11-hour flight? Okay, I still have to see Miami. And after that, my flight was delayed for 15 times. And I've been sitting all this time in the airport, like I spent 11 hours at New York airport just waiting until my flight is gonna maybe, I don't know, land. But still, nothing happened. And the last moment was that my flight got delayed to the point where I would arrive to Miami later than my flight from Miami to New York left. So then at night, Vika picked me up from the airport and we just went to get, I don't remember, but we just got fast food and ate it in the parking lot.
So besides the war story, I also remember a moment when I had missed my train in New York and the next train was at 2 a.m. and the work started at 8 a.m. And when you're 18, at 2 a.m. in New York, it's quite an experience, but I don't know. The pizza was great.
So there was fun every day, like really every day, because I think our Doka team was the funniest team within all the AUK teams who went on the internship, because we had Mariia. Mariia Pshenychna is the most funny person I've ever seen in my life, and in the good way, because her sense of humor, it's just spectacular. So you could not imagine such person in the real world. Like, she went from the stand-up somewhere, and it was plenty of stories. Like, we were cooking for our Doka team and there was cooking powder flying everywhere because we just was having fun and making jokes towards each other. One day, all the time, also during our cooking, she just said something to me and then we started fighting. I got fire extinguisher from the wall and we started, so like there was a lot of fun there. Everybody in the room understand what is going on and you're playing with each other and you just like live in this moment and don't think about anything else. So there was every day something that you can remind and tell after that.
Definitely, I became more confident with my abilities and I brought back a lot of experience with me. that no doubt will help me in the near future. But the thing that I can't omit from telling you is how much more motivated and goal-oriented I became. I see the vision for my future, I see the steps and the investments needed to make. And I believe what drives me the most is our meeting with Viktoriia Sparks. Take my word for it, she is the most powerful woman I have ever met, who projects this immense kind of energy and possesses huge amount of knowledge and experience. And I think that at that moment when we talked with her, a thought came through my mind that I want to be like her when I grow up, and I think this is what keeps moving me forward.
Okay, so obviously after I returned back to Ukraine, lots of things changed. Talking about my career, well, first of all, I decided to maybe take a change in my career because, well, I'm studying marketing science, but I decided that for now I want to do procurement as I found it super interesting for me. And well, I was applying for jobs in procurement. I was applying for like, I don't know, apparently 20 or maybe less. But the thing is that I got like positive feedback from, I would say, like 98% of all of them. I got job offers, and everybody was interested in my experience, in my work experience from the US. So yeah, I think that this internship influenced my career a lot, and right now I'm actually already working in procurement.
After returning to Ukraine, I received several job offers in analytics, both in Ukraine and abroad. This experience has also opened doors for me to participate in new programs and projects. For now, I have decided to focus on my studies, but I'm sure this experience will be a valuable part of my resume in the future and will help me to get the position I want.
Definitely yes, definitely it has been changed. I would say this is start from the work itself that you can do, that you can handle right now, and that people can offer to you. Because even when I was in US, I got an offer, and you just like, this is the position, the role, and the experience and duties that I could only imagine to have 3 months ago, because I didn't have that specific experience to tell to my future employers for them to have me. And now they offer me something, and now I'm seeking for something for that. And this is absolutely amazing, absolutely. And also, it is not only about that you have something in your resume to write in, but you have different minds right now. You changed your picture to 180 degrees, and you just look at everything from the completely different angle, and that helps you to understand how this world works. What is it about to have different employees in your team? What is it about to work with different companies? What is it about to talk to multicultural teams, workers and customer clients, etc.? It's completely different perspective for which you right now can look in the words from the career point of view and from the personal point of view, indeed.
The growth isn't comfortable. You will always feel scared when you are on the right path, but it's the fear that drives you. And since the opportunity offers, I would like to mention that I'm immensely grateful to Dan Rice, Christina Ivanchuk, and the Doka family for making all of this happen. There's not enough words to describe how grateful I am to you guys and how much this means to me. Moreover, a special mention to my supervisor Marcelo Zaboli and to Chris Lewis for teaching me everything they know and for supporting me on every step of the way. Thank you for helping me grow and for leaving a profound impact that I will not forget soon.
Okay, so what I would recommend to you is, first of all, you have to enjoy your internship to the maximum. Enjoy the people you're meeting, enjoy the experience you're getting, enjoy the challenges that you're facing. You should not be scared of anything that is waiting for you. You should not be scared to ask questions. You should not be scared to look silly sometimes. You should not be scared to make any mistakes. Just enjoy this experience to the fullest. And trust me, you're gonna love it.
So the advice I would give to new participants is definitely relax and have fun. Don't stress too much. I'm confident that everything will work out for you as it did for us. So just have fun.
So what I would say is that you should try as much as possible, like as much as possible. Don't spend your time at home. Just don't. Go somewhere, ask questions, explore, dream, just do whatever that comes to your mind, because there is the place where nothing is impossible. That is the place when you can feel, do, try, ask in the same time, whatever you want to. From the very beginning, I can advise you to check what do you want to do there, what do you want to try, what do you want to see, where do you want to go. Write this list and go through this list, because this experience is priceless, and choose every opportunity to use it.